Welcome back to episode 7 of Rise of the Machines, you beautiful people. To start this episode off, we have a raid coming in from the Alliance. Now, I've also got quite lucky with this raid because there was a T4 right at the front. Now, that is particularly unlucky. Kind of should have seen that one coming. We don't want that to burn down. But yeah, so there being a T5 there means that we should be able to go and break it down and hopefully get another AI Persona core. And looks like another T4 there as well. So that's 2 T4s, which is actually awesome for us. Now, a little bit of things that we had to do in between episodes was we extended a heavy reinforced wall across here and then down to this section. Because we know across here can be breached. We also know the computer likes to breach across there. And then what we've done is we've started building a bastion into this section here. Now, we are running low on power. We've only got 1,000 watts left that we can use. Need to move the wind turbine because it's blocked by the building because I am super competent. Pins of power lines, and then we also put a heavy reinforced wall across here just to try and discourage anything trying to come through this way. Off the back of that, let's allow everything. And housekeeping is going a lot better for us this time around. Well, because we have androids that can do things. As for Flint, well, we haven't lobotomized Flint yet, so as a result, well, corrupted memory obviously isn't going to be great, but also means he has free will, so he needs things like the needs of the robots, like wants human meat, wants cortical stack, and missing some architect figures, missing machine shape, you know, all of that sort of fun stuff. Now, seeing as James is our main go-to, let's go and assign him a role. Okay, we can't do that. No reachable altar, ideogram, or ritual spot. I'm not sure I really want to put that in because this is a robot series, and I don't think that like a super high-tech machine hive mind would be that fussed about it. And also off the back of that, we do need to start building the big AI cores. One for what the hack, and then one for the androids as well. The mortars, we took the other 2 out of storage and put them across here, just in case we need them. And I also think those swarm rounds are going to be a lot more efficient if we fire 4 of them at a time, because obviously if 4 of them are going around, that is well, twice as many critters compared to if we're just shooting 2. As for our guys, everyone's now on unrestricted. They can go around and do what they want, and need to hold out until James can get himself sorted so we can get him an eye and get him back up working, because at the moment he keeps failing surgeries on Flint, which costs us a whole bunch of resources, and we already just lost 1 guy. And the other side is Flint's half decent, so he's got decent at crafting, decent at mine, decent at construction, okay at shooting. All things that we don't want to lose because, well, we've seen we are not finding too many decent androids when we're making them. Now, I'm also wondering if the skill of the android is going to come down onto the skill of the crafter. So say if James done it, would we get a better android than say if someone like Bruce done it? So Bruce has a crafting of 14, which is still fairly respectable. Oscar crafting of 10.5 pretty much. Wilson, yeah, not really a thing. And then the crafting on Afton is nearly up to 10. And how are we looking on the turrets? Turrets are okay. I think what we're also going to need to do is research Firefang poppers, and we have started work on the Siegebreaker kit, which yeah, that is going to be pretty important because, well, our armor's not going to keep us alive for much longer. I mean, it's good armor, a lot of stuff we got. So what we got, 4 sets of cataphract, 2 cataphract helmets. We lost 1 cataphract to a bunch of bugs, and then we got which one are you? You're defender, aren't you? Yeah, defender power armor. And that is good quality power armor. Right, that means we should, if we haven't lost it or I sold it, which is looking as probably did happen, we did have an excellent quality kit. Unless it's for someone else. No, that's still cataphract. That's cataphract. Oh, you do have it. Okay, so yeah, one of our guys does have excellent defender power armor. So when I said that we had 4 sets of cataphract armor, I was lying to you. You've only got 3. But details, also done a little bit of research into what the hack, so should be able to get Fancy into a decent position. And off the back of that, thinking about taking this and dropping it like more this way and then have embrasures across here. So what we can do is we can basically just spawn Daisy, well, Fancy. Fancy then comes out and can shoot anything coming across this way. I mean, Daisy might, well, Fancy, it's Fancy, not Daisy, might die. But details, it's a centipede, we can always get more. 6 centipedes coming right down on top of us. Really hoping that those auto guns are going to do a whole bunch of work. Well, it's the auto turrets at this point. Upgrade cabinet. Okay, interesting. Not sure why one of those is out there. Freelancers, not a problem. Pikemen isn't going to be an issue. Just kind of got to hope that these guys not reloaded. Oh, Flint, mate, do you want to get out of there? Okay. Let's go on into defensive positions because we will not have enough time once the centipedes actually start getting in. And you go this side. Friendly fire might be a bit of an issue, but to be fair, I'm more scary, well, more worried what the centipedes are going to be able to do. Pikemen, not a thing. Don't need to worry about a pikeman. That will go down like 1 or 2 shots to one of these guns, which is good for us. Yeah, there we go, like 2 shots. Now, centipede right. Okay, we can do it in the centipede, and it is also now knocked unconscious. Okay, on a scale of not okay, that's a problem. Should have got that door in. That could have gone worse. That's not too bad. So we lost a bunch of turrets, obviously not cheap. Gonna need to rebuild a bunch of walls, but nobody died, and proof of concept, this design kind of works. It just thins things out so much, so naturally we can just extend this. So if we had another one, say, coming across here, then it'd have to come round and then down and up. Yeah, no, that is a good test for that zone, and that done pretty well. Things that we do know that we need now is we need doors. So we're going to put a steel door into there. We'll also need a steel door there. Then I think off the back of this, not sure where they're embrasures, we are going to need to go and reinforce that section like that. Come across to here like so. And that should get all of that fairly covered. And then we're also going to need to run another defensive setup across the back here. Just so we can have another choke point just in case something goes wrong. And then off the back of that, we're going to need another steel door there. So in case someone takes this out, they don't go through there, which means they're going to try to pass through where we want them. Because if they just come through this section, well, then it bypasses all of our defences, and we are dead. So we picked up the 2 centipedes, you know, the 2 ones that got knocked out, and we tried hacking them. One of the colonists somehow managed to activate a security mechanism that broadcasts a signal to nearby mechanoids. Prepare for more flesh machines. So I take it that means we are going to get attacked fairly soon by some more mechs. Off the back of that, let's do some more hacking then. So that could take us up to 3 centipedes. And like I said, if we can get them based over here, they are going to be able to defend across this section. Or we have like a centipede section across there. Either way, we're going to have better defences, and the raids won't scale as much against centipedes as they do against having more colonists. Part of the reason we want running T2s is where this is Igor and this is Losing Fun and Ironman, so we can't reload if anything goes wrong. The game scales against the amount of colonists you have, so it doesn't really matter if you've got 5 like super-powered super soldiers, other than the wealth of it. It scales more against the number than the quality, so you're better off with fewer better pawns when you're trying to survive than a whole bunch of rubbishy ones. T2s, a lot of the upgrades don't work on them, so that's why we're not going with them. And the lowest we went was T3s, just because we needed an extra push. But I think we're on T3, that's T4, Wilson's to T4. So we've got 2 T2s, 1 T3, and that was 2 T4s, wasn't it? 4 T4s. Yeah, that's not bad, but Brucey and Oscar have been with us since the start, so I don't really want to kill them off. They're also not as tough, so they go down a lot easier. This will be more fun. Anyway, hack successful, which is good. Mech Hive is coming to attack us within the upcoming 12 hours, and also the Shattered Empire is coming to attack us as well. So I think the mech should be here in about 6 hours, so off the back of that, actually, Bruce, let's get you back in. Everyone else is now back into Area 1, so we don't run off and get ourselves killed when everything else spawns in. And yeah, so the mechs will come in first, followed by the Shattered Empire. If we get lucky, they will fight each other. Because, well, we saw what the mechs done when they came in this way. They took this section of the fences out. This section isn't bad, but it's not going to hold a raid anymore against the Shattered Empire. And as we pointed out, yeah, this area needs to expand, but the closer range our guys fire, the more accurate they are, so turrets work better at shorter ranges. We could have a kill zone like all defensive line across here and they come in through the top, but we wouldn't hit anything. And then they are very, very expensive to, in time and resources, to keep going. So, we said about doing this section. What I am then thinking is tunnel through there. So we come across here. For the moment, we can stagger it back, just so we actually have like a template to go off. And yeah, that will do. That is going to be where some of the new mechs are going to live. Which means they will be the first ones that are going to be able to get into defensive positions to defend against anything that's attacking us. And a slight scale, 8 centipedes, 2 lancers, 2 ciphers, 1 pikeman. Less than ideal. Who are you guys? No one interesting. If we're lucky, this is one few times I'll say it, if we're lucky it'll be a siege. Or it'll be sappers. Those will all be good. But if it's just a standard straight up assault, you might be in a little bit of trouble. Now everyone to your defensive positions. Flint, we're going to base you down here, mate. Not that it's the best place for you to be, but it's going to be a place for you to be so you can actually shoot stuff, which would be super handy. Or we get rid of this military turret and move that military turret down to here. Something to think about. Now, how are we going to do across here? Heavy charge blaster beads aren't going to be a massive threat. They're dangerous, but they're not as dangerous as Inferno Pedes, because Inferno Pedes can basically just take out all the walls. Okay, that's down. So we've got 1 Inferno Pede left. So at the moment we are running... Well, they're losing more centipedes than we are losing turrets against them, which is a trade I would take any day of the week. And then you have 3 left. So held against 5. But obviously, accumulated firepower. Okay, Flint's on a mental break. Insulting spree. Why, you muppet? We're all gonna die. I'm gonna insult your mum. Like, ah, cool one, bro. Want you at my side? Okay, yeah, Flint just got done by a centipede. That's his own fault. And he's come around to his senses. Yet again, another centipede unconscious, which means that we should be up to 3 if we can actually hack it. So over here, and then hack mechanoid targeting device. And also the other side, a whole bunch of ammunition. But Centerbutt would be lucky if we had a siege. Yeah, they got a siege coming in. Decent sized raid as well. Anything super scary? Some guys in cataphract kit. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing too terrifying there. Whole bunch of close combat guys, which are obviously going to be annoying for the little ciphers to get through. But they are pretty bunched up. Right. Afton, you're on here. Cool, that is loaded. James, we want you over there. Wilson, you get onto here as well. Change this out to the swarm rounds. This to swarm rounds. Bruce, you up to much tonight? Cool, you get on that one. Yeah, we should be a-okay with this. Now, we don't want James on there. James is doing better stuff. Flint, you're useless, so you can get on this. And how's friendly fire looking? Now, they've got a lot of guys that are actually good in close combat. A high explosive round done alright, took 1 person down. I don't know, if that Gulch rifle hits anyone, they're in trouble. So I think as scaling goes, maybe these swarm rounds don't work super well. Now we've got 3 coming in now, so hopefully that'll do a number. Anything good, come on. No, these guys are just too good. And I think that might... How many have we got? We've got 3 left, okay. Okay, onto him and we should be good. He doesn't really have the armor to stand up to this. Or maybe he does. Well, has he got a trooper armor under that? No. Maybe I just overhyped these little mini ciphers, or micro ciphers, what they're called. Micro ciphers! Beasts. Or they can be. Good against centipedes in close combat. That is for sure. Okay. Looks like we're going to have to start using conventional warheads. And incendiary will be our poison. And you can have high explosive. Anything good? Right. I guess the silver lining we can take from this is I haven't managed to set up the siege, and we do get resources from these micro ciphers. But not as much as it costs to make one of those shells. And there is 2 down. How long you got on your bleed out? 4 hours. And you got 4 hours. James is building. Who else was a good builder? You're a good builder, so you get pulled off there. Afton, you're not great, so we'll leave you on that. And it looks like you might actually just be out of shells. Fantastic. So we were out of shells. So we're selling off our 60mm shells because we're not going to use them. And then we're going to buy 20 incendiary and 20 high explosive. So as I was trying to sell some things off, clearly I clicked the wrong button and sold our shells off. Which, yeah, not ideal. Do have a bunch of stuff we can sell. Oh, we'll keep the samurai armor. And we'll sell their shield belts. So it's going to cost us 2,000, but they're going to land right in where we need them. And everyone who wasn't doing something important, get onto shelling these guys, because they got their rounds in, which means pretty soon they're going to be able to start shelling us. And in the other points of the game, it wasn't a massive issue, but now we've got so much stuff in that storeroom. I mean, it would be good for us in the sense that it'll drop our wealth a lot. Okay, they're assaulting the colony. Cool. Let the last rounds go down. Fantastic. Oosh. Why couldn't have that happened earlier? Beautiful. Everyone draft and undraft. Don't worry too much about that at the moment. We'll get to it soon. How are we looking on the defences? None of the defences are repaired. So it is just going to be our androids versus everyone else. And somehow that got taken out. Brilliant. Defensive positions, everyone. And fancy. Try to earn your keep points more, because we have a feeling you might actually be needed in this. These front guys coming in, absolutely no worries. It's just guys in cataphract armor, and you with that Ghost cannon is going to be dangerous. And we've also lost the power line across here. So let's take those out so we can actually replace it with subsurface conduits. It should make a bit of difference. Just got to remember to put them in before we lose them. Okay, fancy, let's see what you can do, pal. Bruce, mate, you feeling brave? No, they died anyway. Shame. Are you now just finally reloading? Ah, you're great, you are. Anyway, like I said, before we forget, subsurface conduits will come across here to there and to there. What are you? You're just a normal power conduit. Weak link, but we can reinforce the grid, which is never a bad idea. So come across here, down, and then across. And then that should be able to power all of the mech stuff that we need. Okay, fair enough, fancy. Are you getting anyone, though? No. Flint, you do your own thing, pal. A little bit caught out of position. Didn't realise the bugs were coming in. Just used to having, like, loads of raids coming in. But thankfully the guys are building turrets across here, so we should be alright to defend. And then these turrets aren't made. That one isn't loaded. I mean, what are they going to do? Like, nibble at a turret? These ones might be able to do a little bit more, but they are also big and slow. You guys move to these defensive positions. Yeah. Held that all right. It's just here like microing these guys to get the turrets built. And there's just a bunch of gigalocus just running down. It's just like, yeah, that's not a thing. I was having to sort the zones as well. But nearly rebuilt. So at the moment it's taken us longer to rebuild than it takes for another raid to come in. So as you can tell, slightly problematic. Because, well, that means that this will start deteriorating quicker than we can rebuild it. Now, with the reinforced power lines, obviously that's going to be a bit better because obviously the power lines put down the other time. But still not what we want. These also need to be reinforced across here. Not that's going to make a massive difference to the thermo barrack peats, but against heavy charge blaster peats, we should be alright. And these embrasures here will need to be done as well, so upgrade those across. And anything else, that section there. Now what I'm thinking is also creating a catchment area, so this will get walled off along here. We'll have a door in so people can get in and out. And then another defensive line across there. And then start expanding this way, so it's basically going to be like a mass corridor of death. And I'm just hoping that that is going to work for us. Because traditional kill zones don't work particularly well against Inferno Peats. They can take out massive sections of your defences, so it has to all be like segmented. And then try and build a kill zone with everything segmented. That takes up a massive amount of space. So hence why everything is spread the way that it is. We can bring more guns to bear. And Siegebreaker kit is finished, so no point waiting around on that. So what do we need? We need Devil Strand. We've got, and we've also got Hyperweave. So I think we make this in the same way that we set up with James. We'll do into wax. We'll always have 2 in storage just for emergencies. Drop that on the floor. Any quality, we want excellent or above, and skill is going to be 19 or up. Fantastic. That should work pretty well for us. And then we'll start making the Siegebreaker helmets sooner or later. And a mech cluster. Any turrets, though? No turrets. Got a mech drop beacon. Some Inferno turrets. I am wondering... Yeah. Okay. Probably should explain what I'm thinking. I think the little swarmer bots are going to actually be devastating against mech clusters. Reason for it is firstly friendly fire. So any of these shoot anything down here, that's pretty much dead. Anything that gets in close is then going to get shot by the other turrets. So obviously all fantastic stuff for us. And any of the mechanoids that spawn in are going to get tied into close combat, which yet again are going to get shot by more things. So I think that is how we're going to deal with this. Everything is changed across to what it needs to be. I didn't see a high shield. We got mech drop beacons. Not too fast. What we got? That's a low shield. Yeah, without a high shield, we're going to be able to pick this apart. Fantastic. Okay, Flint, time to shine. Afton, time to shine. Wilson, time to shine. And Oscar, you get onto that. I'll let them shoot the first volley of standard rockets off. Or actually just standard artillery rounds. Smack that bang into the middle, see what happens. Absolutely nothing. Fantastic. Appreciate you wasting my rounds. And let's see if we can get some little swarmers making absolute havoc of this base. Are you guys going to do anything? Do you not have a proximity sensor? No. So we are going to have to trigger it somehow. Which probably means we're going to have to shoot it. Probably should have aimed a little bit lower so we're not hitting the mountains. But that's kind of what you get when you're on a mountain tile. But yeah, we've got a whole bunch of little nasty critters over there. And I think... yeah, we'll change out to 2 high explosive rounds. You guys stop force fire. You guys come off there. And we should be good. Okay, yeah. Round went in. All of our little nasty bitey stabby critters are like charging about. They're already taking out their own turrets. They're all shooting each other as per planned. Yeah, this is working perfectly. It does look like they don't want to fight the actual turrets themselves. And what are you going to be kicking out? A centipede. Yeah, 1 centipede every few days. That is going to be fine for us. Everyone now back onto area 1, and we'll stop the shelling. So all this means is that when someone else comes in to attack us, they now have a mechanoid cluster to deal with. And against a small mechanoid raid without any heavy hitters, this works perfectly. Definitely one of the better designs. I mean, you could make it a lot better. If you just had this going longer and these were spread out, then they wouldn't get like the same damage when the explosion goes off. But if I start putting walls in here, they're not going to be able to shoot across themselves. And the only other way for me to do it is put embrasures. But then if there's embrasures there anyway, then the explosion will carry through the embrasure. And Afton, I'm pretty sure, mate, I told you to be doing something else. But details. And what are you? Psychic suppressor. Don't you worry about that. And 1 pikeman, Brucey. Go shoot that thing in the face for us, mate. Siege from the Eagles. Not a massive force. 27 humies, a couple robots, and then some pikemen. And which one are you? Advanced Cypher. Now, they are not going to go over there and aggro, unfortunately. But yet again, we've also got something set for this. Which is we just change everything across. Let's everything on the swarm rounds. Stop force fire. Wait until they're in a sort of... Actually, wait. What am I making this complicated? Swarm rounds, you just need to shoot by something. You're on there, you're on there, you're on there, and you're on here. And let's drop the skies on them. Shells coming in. Nice, not a bad one. Oh, that was beautiful. And they already started aggroing and attacking the colony. But yeah, these pikemen are just going to do themselves in. Stupid pikemen. Okay, you guys are all done on there. Afton, appreciate the enthusiasm, but you're done. You guys are done. And... yeah, seem to be having a bad time. Yeah, they go in there, they can't support each other. Because of the old shield belt. Well, shield pack. Fine. Also, the nice bit, they run in with these shield packs. They drop them on the floor. All that's going to happen is they're already going to be in this section here. So they're not going to get now out of it just for the simple fact that once that shield drops, they're already like stood next to a turret. That one looks a little bit smarter. No, apparently not. Fine for us. Did get quite lucky with another centipede going down at the start of the kill zone. What's up with you? Oh no, she's where he's all mangled. Though I don't think the centipede's going to survive this. Yeah, so we're already in. Haha. Sweet. Yeah, I'm liking this. But with that attack finished, the mechanoid cluster still active, and 2 more centipedes hacked, I think that is a good place to wrap up the episode. So thank you very much for watching Rise of the Machines. I've been Konzi. All your likes, comments, sub support have been amazing. You guys are awesome, and I'll catch you on the next one.